Today on Game and Watch It, it's 2018 and we're still doing this.
You're gonna go with that voice, eh?
Yeah. Hello and welcome to another episode of Game and Watch It. The year is 2018 and we have a special guest. Trickster's back!
Yeah! First time on video, too.
Been a while.
This panel is getting This panel has been getting real stale and we're really glad to have you here.
I'm happy to be here.
We need fresh opinions.
I have those.
Like this pineapple.
It's.
Yes.
I mean, look at this.
It is the
Fresh.
freshest pineapple I've
Yeah.
ever seen.
It is. It is.
Okay, so how's everybody doing? RZ, how was your holidays?
What? Sorry, I was just the pineapple.
Polly, how was your holidays?
Sorry,
How
the
was
tea.
yeah.
It was.
Trickster, how was your holidays?
Holidays.
More like hollandaise.
Get it? Get it?
Well, we all had the same New Year's because we all went out together.
Yeah.
And,
Well, somewhat.
Yeah.
somewhat, yeah. And we had a good time. We partied till
I went to bed at
8.
like 4:30.
yeah.
I left at 11.
That's true.
Yeah.
Party hard, party hard, party hard, party hard.
It was unfortunate, but what can you do?
Nah, I got you.
But
there'll be
Polly,
more
Polly
parties.
hosts a New Year's party every year.
Yep.
And if you weren't there, you weren't invited, and you suck.
Yeah, pretty much everyone's
It is the
invited.
place to be.
Coming from a man who's named after a trombone.
And on that note, you know what? Fuck our personal lives. Let's just get right into it. What are you guys playing? Let's start with RZ.
So I'm finally done Skyrim. After like 120 hours of doing all the quests and the DLC. You know, my wife died. I didn't notice.
Oh, yeah.
Claire's
Yeah.
dead?
No, my Skyrim wife.
Ah.
I married Ayla the Huntress again.
Oh, yeah.
How many bachelorettes are there?
There's a few dozen bachelors and bachelorettes.
That many?
Yeah, like, there's actually quite a few, but like most of them are all kind of funky looking, and it's I don't know. The game's so janky, and it gets to the point where like at first the quirks are like cute and funny. Like one time I was just like in Falkreath and I'm walking through, and you see a shadow pass over you. I'm like, oh fuck, a dragon attack, and I just see a sheep floating overhead, like not having any animation. Like this sheep was just perfectly still and flying sideways. I'm like, ah shit, I wish I video captured
That's
that.
part of the charm right there.
That's part of the charm, but like, you know, like having a quest fail because somebody gets stuck in a wall, or just like not being able to do a quest because somebody just disappears, and then because you entered and left the dungeon, it auto saves, and like I didn't have a save, so I can't finish the quest. Like that kind of stuff gets exhausting, and like there's just so many Draugr and or Falmer and or bandits you can kill before it's just like, all right, I've had enough of this.
I don't understand. The game's been out for 7 years and it's still janky? Like, do they not patch it on purpose because of the charm, or...
That's Bethesda. That's just what they do.
Yeah, it's just how they roll.
Doom is Bethesda.
It's different, though.
And
It's different.
It's polished.
It's a different
clean.
engine. It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to look at like Bethesda games made by Bethesda and Bethesda games made by another studio. Like Doom was still made by
ID.
What?
ID?
Yeah.
Id.
Or
Id,
id,
yeah.
yeah.
Id.
Yeah. And so, I mean, that's that. When it comes down to like, you know, your Fallout 3s, your Oblivions and Skyrims and whatever, they're like actual bread and butter. You're going to see those bugs. It's a mainstay for Bethesda.
Yeah, there's gonna be
Straight up jank.
like getting hit by a giant and just flying off into the sun. Like that's
awesome.
that's the kind of gift. That's the kind of jank I like.
Just team rocketing?
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I finished that. But now I've just started playing in the last 24 hours. They Are Billions, which is like an early access player versus environment RTS set in like a post-apocalyptic zombie world. So you're kind of building your colony, like doing base building and resource management, except there's no opposing players. There's just the environment and all the zombies within it, and the intermittent horde incursions of zombies that comes. So it's like a mix of RTS and I guess kind of like tower defense, and has a lot of those elements in terms of putting your base together. And so I've been playing it for a while. Right now, because it's in early access, so there's just sort of like a endless mode where it's just a matter of surviving for a certain number of days and then surviving that final wave that comes when they're just like literally thousands of these zombies coming in at once and being able to survive that. It's got a lot of polish and like it's getting pretty popular now. Actually, I only just discovered because it was recommended to me from a friend of mine, and he's been talking about this game for a few weeks, and then like within the last 10 days it's almost gone kind of viral, and like a lot of streamers are now starting to do this now. I don't know, it's a lot of fun and kind of what I was looking for, a change of pace from Skyrim, but I'm looking more forward to once there's a little bit more meat on the game, like once there's a campaign and so on, because I can kind of see, I enjoy it, but I can see myself burning out on it pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I know where you're coming from with that. I was going to say a game that I picked up recently was Polybridge, and it's that style of game in that sense. Where, like, I can only really play it for so long until I get pissed off, and then I just got to get away from it for a few days. And get back to it. But getting on to that, my God, that game is awesome, though.
Is it good?
Overall, yeah,
It's on
I love
Switch,
it.
too, right? Like,
Is it?
I think so. I've considered picking it up.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I had no idea. I got it on my brand spanking new PC.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's not new anymore, but
Yeah, it's like
A few months.
old now.
Yeah.
I also picked up Life is Strange, Oxenfree, and
Oh, shit.
Shoot, there's one other that I can't remember off the top. Oh, and Undertale.
Oh, nice.
forward
Yeah,
to playing
Undertale's
those.
So you're going with
Yes.
the angsty games, basically.
Yeah, kind of. I go for the either RTS or artsy.
Yeah.
Angsty.
Yes.
Emo.
I definitely want to play Undertale. I'm waiting for
Undertale's,
a Switch
Undertale's
port
really
or-
good.
It's such a good game, but it's like the incubus of fucking video games in a sense. Where like they're good and the game is good, but like their fans just suck. The community that's based around them is horrendous.
Is this like an online game?
Like never.
No, it's just
So
it's
why
how
do we
it's
care?
like
Why do we care about the community?
Don't
it's how
ever
the game
stream
is viewed
it.
from the outside. That's all it is.
Don't ever
It's-
stream it because you will get death threats of how you're playing.
Really?
Yeah.
People
oh yeah.
are obsessed with
Undertale?
it. Yeah.
What is it like? It's like an Earthbound rip. Style.
He was gonna say
no,
rip
no.
off.
I was gonna say rip off.
It's a very charming, kind of childish, but not RPG. It has that same charm that
it
Earthbound
sounds
has.
a lot like Earthbound.
The gimmick though is that you can get through any fight without actually killing something.
Yeah, the pacifism mode essentially,
Yeah.
which is like not actually something you'll select when you start the game. It's just how you play.
I think the game's just got a lot of stigma because it was one of those ones that came up around the whole Gamergate thing, and
Yeah.
since it comes off as more of like a video game as an experience thing, there's a lot of what's the word controversy over those kinds of games.
Yeah, it's
Hey?
I don't know.
What?
Like because it's kind of, it's not, let's say, a gamer, like a gamey game.
Okay.
And so I don't know, it's fucking artsy and avant-garde, et cetera, and so that makes it controversial.
Yeah, for some stupid reason, it's ridiculous. How was Life is Strange though? I wanted. To
I know
ask you
I
about
haven't
Life is
touched
Strange is
any of
really
those three
good.
games yet.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
Because I logged into Steam for the first time in like since like before March, since basically the first time since I got my Switch, and then of course I had to buy at least 3 games. It's like
Is there a sale?
$5. There's always a sale.
Yeah, Steam is perpetually on
There's always a sale.
One of the biggest gripes with Steam is just there's always so much to buy. I ended up buying like 10 games at once, and like I played one of them, and like this is not. The
Yeah,
way
that's
I
how
want my
that's
life.
how Steam works.
This is not the way I want to like live my life.
See, instead of buying one game for $70 and you're guaranteed to play it, you buy 10 games for $5 each and play one of them.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
So the question is, which of those two people are the dumber?
Yeah,
But
no,
I guess
it's true.
it all depends on your personality and who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know if my computer's gonna be able to handle Life is Strange, but like $5, who cares?
You should be fine. It's not too graphic intensive, I don't think.
Yeah. Getting back to what I've been playing. So I did Polybridge for a while. TV. Yeah, so I mean, it's been fun. If you like bridge construction or physics-based games of any sort, definitely go get it. It's amazing. Beyond that, I mean, it just kind of is what it is. There's nothing really truly special about it.
Yeah,
Just a
there's
fun-
also a Portal Polybridge version coming out.
Well, it's not Polybridge though. It's Bridge Constructor. Although it's essentially the same thing, and it's at its core. It's a
Okay.
different company, different development team, and they teamed up with Valve to make the Portal version.
Yeah, that interests me.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people playing it online as well. So like the
Oh, it's out?
Oh yeah, it's been out for a few weeks now, as far as I know.
I guess not on Switch.
No.
Not yet. Maybe eventually.
No, they
never
said they announced it. That's what.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, that's why I thought it was, but I guess not.
Oh no, yeah, it's out. It's out on PC. A lot of people are streaming it on Twitch and whatnot. But yeah, I want to try it, but I also don't. I just kind of like Polybridge better, considering what I've seen with both games.
Okay.
And your name's in it.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the point, right? On top of that, I finally finished The Hat in Time.
Yes.
So was it good?
It was awesome.
Final review?
Final review is going to be lower than what I expected.
And what number out of what number? I demand it. The people demand
Wait,
it.
let me at least describe my experience
roll
with
up
it
to
first.
it.
Details.
Yeah. So, there are only, if I'm not mistaken, 4 worlds.
Literally unplayable.
Doesn't seem like a lot.
It's not. There is stuff to do, and in the vein of Mario 64, every star, quote unquote, is different. It'll open up a new piece of the story, a new piece of the world, potentially. It does make it feel different in that sense, which is good. The first 3 worlds were absolutely fantastic. Just in the sense of theme, dialogue, character, atmosphere, whatever you want to consider it, they were all amazing and all very, very different from one another. The 4th world ended up turning itself into like almost an odyssey of sorts, where it was just a big open world and you can just explore it and go find whatever you want and go in whatever direction you need to. And
Like
it
a
actually,
kingdom from Odyssey, or
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
which kingdom? Because they're very different.
Yeah,
the
which
concept of the kingdoms in general. So the fact that it's an
Oh.
open world.
Okay, like
but it's like a
Banjo-Kazooie.
sandbox. It's just a sandbox. There's no like set mission.
Banjo-Kazooie
So is there
one?
sand?
I hate you guys so much.
Go on,
I
Paulie.
hate
Was
you
there,
all
was
so
there a
much.
metro?
At what point did Pauline come out?
Are there shovels for the sand?
Anyways, it was just, I don't know. I feel like it took away from the overall aspect of the game. It built itself up to be this like awesome, great kind of like dialogue heavy platformer with a lot of character and charm, and then just completely ripped it away in the final world. Or I should say the final world before the final world, which is like the boss world.
Okay, so like the final world was just kind of sparse.
The final world was literally one mission getting to the boss. It is a different world in and of itself. It's a castle, but like it's just one. You just make
How
it through and fight the
So then in
boss
the end,
once
there's
it's
really
over.
just 3 worlds in the game.
4 worlds.
But I mean, like the 4th world isn't really a world.
No, the 5th world isn't really a world.
Okay,
Yeah. Anyways, with that in mind, I still feel like this game is a like, a 9 out of 11. But it just, I don't know. It lost me right at the end. It lost me right at the end. And it's a shame because I really enjoyed everything up until that point.
Yeah, because based on your recommendation, I wanted to buy it on PSN, but it's like $40.
Yeah,
And
it's not worth 40
Oh,
bucks.
that's expensive.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. It's not
Yeah,
worth
for an
40 bucks.
indie?
On
Yeah.
Steam?
Yeah.
I got it for 30 and I still feel like I might have overpaid a bit for it.
Yeah, where did you
on PSN.
Oh, it's on PSN?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
really? I thought it was just PC.
No, it's on everything but Switch right now, and I think it is coming to the Switch at some point.
Oh, everything is coming to the Switch. It's
Yeah.
selling like it's outpacing like the Wii in sales right now.
Yeah.
Every developer, like if a developer doesn't have a game coming out by November 2018, like they're missing the bandwagon.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, how else are they going to reuse their 7-year-old games?
That's true.
All the shovelware.
Yeah, get
I
those
can't wait to see
carnival,
Ninja Bread Man on there.
get those carnival games out. Get those Ninja Bread Man out as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Polly, what else you playing?
One last one was I think it's called Death
Just
Road to
2
Canada.
games?
3. Polybridge,
Okay.
Hat in Time, and this game called I think it's Death Road to Canada. It's a post-apocalyptic,
Of course.
isometric Hawkeye view style game. So part of it is resource finding and making sure that your car is maintained so you can travel. The whole premise of the game is you start in Florida, the apocalypse happens, zombies come, and you hear that it's safe in Canada, so you need to drive from Florida to Canada. And what it does is it gives you a little sequence of like shit that's happening in the car, and that'll like change your stats ever so slightly, and then it brings you to a level where you go in and you have to go and find again resources, weapons, take out zombies, do whatever you got to do, and then get back to the car in time without
I have a
dying.
question.
What's up?
Is it a recreation of like the world of like a real route from Florida to Canada, or is it?
No, it's literally like you just like see the car on the road and like it'll give you some dialogue on what happens, almost like the Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense to you. So it's that aspect for that, and then a kind of Zelda-esque post-apocalyptic zombie game that's more about resource finding than anything else. It's all just about the journey.
Cute.
You need to make it from point A to point B, and I haven't made it to point B at all. It's tough.
So it's like a roguelike?
Sorry?
Is it like a roguelike? Like you sort of, it's a...
Yes, very much so. Yeah. It's very fun. I suggest you guys play it. Actually, I was playing it live on stream with Andy. That's how I played it. It's really, really fun. I think it's 4-player co-op as well, which is really cool.
Sweet.
And beyond that, yeah, it's good. But that's pretty much it for me for games.
Thank you, Paulie.
No problem.
Trickster, you're up. What are you playing?
Well, I got a ton of new games over the holidays. I beat Resident Evil 7 over the holidays. It's a great game, but I'll tell you, it's absolutely terrifying.
Yeah. You didn't play it in VR, did you? No.
Oh, man. I wouldn't be able to. As it was, I had to play it in like 20-minute intervals. Because I was telling Paulie before, like, I'd be playing, and my wife would be making dinner or something, and something would crash in the kitchen, and I would jump, and I would yell at her, and the game was affecting my marriage, so I had to play it in like very short bursts. But I beat it, so it was good. Last night I started playing Assassin's Creed Origins, which is very good so far.
Heard.
And that's the two. Oh, I was playing Yakuza 0 as well.
Okay.
Nice. That one I actually really want to find out about.
It's really cool.
Yeah?
It's really good. Yeah. It's long. Like it's like 18 chapters long. I think I'm on chapter 6.
Okay.
And I have like probably close to 50 hours in it.
Holy shit.
Sounds like a prequel to Yakuza?
It is a prequel. Yeah. And Yakuza 6 comes out in March.
Oh, wow.
Which I ordered the collector's edition
Me
for
too.
because it's badass.
Whiskey stones and whiskey tumblers. Yeah.
It's got these two really nice whiskey glasses with like etched dragons, like Japanese dragons on them. And then it comes with 4 whiskey stones. I looked, I'm like, okay, yeah, for the extra like $20-$30, this is worth it.
These
for me.
are physical objects, or
Yeah.
this is like DLC?
No, physical objects.
Yeah.
No.
You never know these days.
I got PSN whiskey stones for my digital Glenfiddich.
Now is Yakuza 0 using the same engine as Yakuza 6?
I believe so.
Yeah, close to it. Like the whole series uses generally the same engine. Like I don't know if you've played any of them before.
No, I haven't.
But yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. Like kind of like GTA, but a little bit more jankier, I guess.
Okay.
And less open. But there's just so much stuff to do. Like
Kind of like Shenmue in a sense.
yes,
Yeah.
very similar. Well, less janky than Shenmue.
Okay,
but
fair,
yeah, similar to that. And it's really good. And it's it really gets the whole kind of like Japanese culture and setting. It does it really well. Really
that
well.
sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah,
But it's also a PlayStation exclusive, so you got to go
Yeah.
on the PS4 tip.
Now, what was the last game of the Yakuza franchise before 0, and was it on this generation?
I think it was 5, and I don't know. The last one I had played personally was 3.
Oh, really?
And that was on PS3. Yeah.
Okay.
5, I can't remember if it was PS4 or PS3, but if it was PS3,
I
it was
think
like
it was-
end of the era.
Yeah. Oh, and they also have a Yakuza Kiwami, which is a remaster that they just released. I think that's one of the first ones.
Okay.
It just came out as well. But yeah,
Sweet.
we're checking out.
Same character every time, or is it a brand new storyline?
It's pretty
Same-
much the same character.
Okay,
every
cool,
time,
nice.
yeah. And 0 is like a prequel, so you find out how and why they're getting
His
into
childhood
it.
and stuff?
No, after childhood, but it's like their
Daycare?
the beginning of their whole Yakuza experience. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Mr. Trombone?
Well, I went to the cottage for a week and I played a lot of video games.
Did you?
Yeah, I finally beat Sonic Mania.
Nice.
Beat it completely, and then I actually went and got all the Chaos Emeralds.
Nice.
And I mastered it.
So it's like 100% done?
Yeah, 100% done. I loved
you-
it. It was so good. The boss battles were fun.
Huh.
It's the best Sonic game ever made.
It's up there.
No, it is.
I don't know. Two was pretty damn
No,
good.
2's not good. 2's not a good game. And I just
Are
played
you nuts?
I just played the 3D re-release on my 3DS, so they actually like made it like widescreen, and they actually
Really?
put 3D depth into it, and it was a good game. But yeah, Sonic Mania is just way better.
Fair enough. What character did you play as in Mania?
Sonic.
Okay. See, I'm doing it with Tails. I've loved
I do love
Tails
Tails,
since
yeah.
since the beginning. As soon as I saw the option for it, I'm like, this has got to happen.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
I like.
Yeah, has anyone played it here?
I have, but
Yep.
I have not.
I played it for a while and then remembered that I don't like the Sonic games.
Yeah.
So it seems like a kind of a silly purchase in retrospect.
I'm kind of with you. Like the platforming, like how you're moving fast and you have to slow down, and it just doesn't work for me.
It's just when you have to slow down, just like, oh my god, I thought I was done. Like I get
So
impatient
floaty.
and I would just want to finish the stages.
I never really felt that with Sonic, but mind you, I have always liked the 2D side of the series.
Yeah.
Like I had a Genesis when I was a kid. I had Sonic 2. I rented Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 3, so like I'm somewhat well versed in the series.
Yeah.
And I loved, more specifically 2 than anything else, but like that game, it was one of my favorites from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I loved that game to death.
Yeah, but having said that, with like the gripes about the platforming and how it's like really not that tight of a platformer, with what the team's limitations of how the game works, they did a really, really good job. I'd love to see what the team can do next.
Yeah.
I'm sure Sonic Mania 2 will come out, but I would love to see.
Oh, it's going to be terrible.
No.
Dude, I'm sorry. Look, okay, so let me put it like this. It's a trend with Sega. When Sonic 4 came out, everybody hailed it as like, oh my god, Sonic is finally back. This game is
a new
good.
developer, Paulie.
Wait, Sonic 4 Part 1. Sonic 4 Part 2 comes out, and it fell apart from the seams. They were supposed to have 4 parts to Sonic 4, and they stopped at 2 because 2 shat the bed so much.
But why does that affect Sonic Mania 2?
Because it's just a trend with Sonic in general.
Okay.
It's just
I know
going to
Sonic
happen.
Adventure 2 was better than Sonic Adventure 1.
Well, there's
Disagree.
no really good 3D Sonic games.
Sonic Adventure sucks for one thing, but I have a big soft spot for it. It's very nostalgic for me. But two, I thought was just okay. Like number 1 was a lot better, had more charm. And Shadow was such a piece of shit.
Oh,
man.
Shadow is a piece of shit, but he was so cool for it. It was the style at the time.
Up until they gave him an SUV with spinners and a pistol.
When they gave him a gun. Like I think that's
the whole Sonic franchise I'm not a fan of. That's why I'd like to see this team maybe tackle like Ristar or like Streets of like another classic Sega game.
Ristar would be amazing. I want that game to come back so bad.
Ristar's a great game. And
So you're a Ristar person.
I'm a Ristar person.
I'm a Ristar person.
I would love to see them even maybe make an original 2D platformer because they got so much talent.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. I completely agree with that.
Sweet. I'm also playing Metroid Samus Returns.
Oh yeah.
How's that?
Oh, it's good. I'm enjoying it. It's a little confusing. I'm in the 3rd area. And I find that area really got me. I just got lost.
Oh.
But
you must be dumb.
I guess, but it's
Actually, now that you mentioned that, I'm also playing a Metroid kind of similar game. It's called Axiom Verge.
Oh yeah.
It's really good. You should give that a try.
I really should.
I know you're a Metroid fan. You should look into that.
And it's more like based on the Metroid 1, right?
I've never really played a Metroid game. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Okay.
But this game, I just kind of picked it up on a whim for the Switch, and it's a lot of fun.
Okay, yeah. I've seen reviews and trailers and everything. It looks pretty sweet. And after that, so I'm not really done Metroid, but I'll finish it soon. And I got back into Odyssey.
Oh yeah.
I'm at like 816 moons right now, so I'm pretty deep into it.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I'm pretty much done it.
Volleyball anyone?
Good on you.
Yeah, but there's some challenges where the jump
Volleyball.
rope and the volleyball, those
Jump rope.
those 2 challenges in particular are giving me a lot of trouble.
Wait, the volleyball. Wait. Can I ask you a question about that?
Yeah.
Are you trying to jump and hit the volleyball?
I'm doing a mixture of both.
You should. Yeah, I'm just saying, stay on the ground and.
Well,
look
have
at
you
the
got
shadow.
100? You did it?
No, but I'm saying
why are you
it's
talking?
easier when you're. I've only tried it once, but I'm saying I've already found that it's easier if you
If
look
anything,
for the shadow
Trickster
and
should
just
be
run
giving
to it.
me pointers because he actually did it. Okay, so you just shut up over
It was a
there.
long time ago.
No, you get your stupid hunting hat.
It's a different
and you
person.
Shove
then.
it up your.
It was a dark time. It was a dark time in my life.
So I have a little bit of a change of heart for Super Mario Odyssey. Now that I've been playing it, I kind of like the amount of moons in it, and like I'll go into the game and I just have no idea where to go.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm in the Metro Kingdom. I thought I explored it as much as I possibly could. But then I go online and let's say that I have like 16 more moons to find that I just can't find anymore. And I'm fed up. I go online and I look up where they are. And it was just so much more enjoyable, like having like these mission-based objectives.
I know
as
how you feel.
opposed to the sandbox model that they kind of do in Breath of the Wild and Odyssey.
This is the thing with that. I think they actually nailed it this time around, but they added too much. Having 999 moons,
It is too
it's
much.
excessive. If
It
they had
is.
done half of that, I'm pretty sure we would have all had a better time closer to like the end game.
I probably would have. That's the irony. Is like I realize the paradox that if there was less moons, I probably would have played more.
Yeah.
But knowing there's 1,000, I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking do that whole thing. So I just kind of stopped whenever I lost momentum, and I'm probably never gonna go back to that game.
That's what I'm saying. Like they've already proven with Zelda and Mario Odyssey that they can do open worlds in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's the gigantic open world like Zelda or the many mini sandboxes like Mario Odyssey, it works. Just having 120 shrines, that was near perfect, right? I think I stumbled on the last 10. That's where I was just like, okay, fuck this, I'm looking this up. But as a percentage, that's nothing compared to me stopping at like 650 and just thinking like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
That's just over half.
I think Mario Odyssey's biggest strength is also its biggest weakness.
Yeah.
In terms of the sandboxing, I think leave sandbox to the Zelda series, and I think for the next Mario game, I'd like to go back to either. To be honest, I actually prefer the Galaxy series over the exploration Mario titles, which is Sunshine, 64, and Odyssey.
Yeah.
But
I want
if
a
they
hub
do,
world.
and a hub world.
A hub world, please.
Yeah, but I want to go back into these kingdoms or these sandboxes, and I want like objective mission-based stuff.
Yeah.
That's my personal preference, but I still enjoy it. It's still one of my favorite games of 2017. Paulie, how we doing time?
We got a few more minutes if we got something small to talk about.
What is... So 2017 just finished.
Yeah.
What is a game that you guys wanted to play, but you guys didn't get a chance to play?
Ooh, that's easy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Near Automata.
Nier Automata.
Yeah,
Dude.
that's the game where like I've been talking about this game for almost a year now. I'm pretty sure it came out in February of last year. And like that is the game. I need to play that game. That is it. There's no question about it.
You'll love
That's
it.
I know.
Like you will absolutely adore it, man.
know.
Like it's ridiculous.
What is it? Like, what genre is it? Like, I'm thinking it
Platinum?
looks like
It's a little bit of everything, man.
Dude, imagine Bayonetta, but more Japanese and way more ridiculous.
Who makes it?
Platinum.
Platinum?
Yeah,
Oh.
dude, it's Platinum and Square Enix. Square Enix has the franchise. They made the first game by themselves and shat the bed with it a little bit. And then they gave the series to Platinum and they brought it back with Nier Automata.
Whoa, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's like Star Fox. Cool. Trickster, any
Well, a couple of games I got for Christmas that I really want to play. Evil Within 2.
Yeah,
The first one was one of my favorites of this generation, so I'm really looking forward to that one. And Prey.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is also a Bethesda game, I think.
Nice.
But not made by them, just published.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
I think you're right.
But play Nier. It's absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
It should be your next game to play. And don't play it on PC.
That's fair. Okay, wait. I have a question for you because I know you love this game too.
Yeah.
I'm stuck between that and Golf Story.
Oh.
What do I do first?
Nier is like... it's a very emotional game.
Yeah.
And there's like 26 different endings.
Okay.
5 of which are the main. And to see the whole story, you have to get 5 endings. So that's a game that you can devote a lot of time to. Golf Story, you can like play in bursts. You can come back to it, play it
I
over
might be
time.
able to fucking tag team them.
Golf Story is fantastic.
Yeah, I definitely want to give Golf Story a try.
It's well worth it for the Switch. And you guys
Okay.
all have Switches, so you also pick it up.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, fair enough.
Another game that I want to play other than Golf Story is Resident Evil 7.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to play it in VR.
I don't know if you'll be able to handle
Hey,
it. man.
I can hear your screams in my head. Like right now. I can hear them.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Like, this is like one of the biggest challenges that I'll probably have to go
Well, yeah,
through
we
in my
were
life.
too chicken shit to play Resident Evil 1 on the GameCube.
Yeah, like I've been playing Resident Evil since the GameCube days and
Yeah.
the PS1 days, and it was hard to get through, especially the Resident Evil remake for GameCube
Yeah.
because those graphics are so realistic.
Yeah.
and they still are so realistic because
we're
they're
at that
pre-rendered.
point.
No, because they're pre-rendered backgrounds, so they're like super realistic. They're basically photographs.
It's as good as you can get without being HD.
Yeah.
Well, that was my whole point. It's still SD at some point. Like looking back now compared to then.
they re-released it on all HD consoles.
Did they?
Yeah, the remake.
That's right. It was a part of their whole thing with like that. Resident Evil 4 got re-released and remastered.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Pretty sure all of them did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Code Veronica, but I played all the Resident Evils. I love them all. They're all like very different and unique, and 7's no different. I know they're remaking Part 2.
Yeah.
They announced it like 2 years ago at E3.
You know there's DLC for 7 now, right? You play as a very major character in the franchise.
It got spoiled for me.
I got the gold edition with all the DLC on it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play it in VR.
Yeah. RZ.
Let me know how that goes.
I honestly wish I could have played Persona 5.
Yeah,
Because
good choice.
I do not own a Sony system, and that's probably never going to happen.
Isn't it on PC?
Well, I mean, fair
I
enough.
don't think so. I think
It's
a
Sony
PlayStation
It might-
exclusive.
No, it might. Considering
not
how
on
popular it
Microsoft.
is, give it like a year to a year and a half, and they actually might re-release it on
But
PC.
that game looks super interesting to me, and I'd love a chance to play it, but I just do not have the hardware nor the commitment to spend the money on that hardware.
Well, look, if it gets another price drop, I suggest jumping on a PS4 because there are a bunch of wicked exclusives on that console. Especially if you get yourself into Dark Souls with the news that has happened recently.
We'll talk about
We're actually
that.
going to get into the news right after this break. We have a big or a small Nintendo Direct that just came out.
Yep.
A whole bunch of game announcements, and that's it.
Cool.
Well, see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Welcome back. So a couple days ago, we had a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yay.
pretty sweet. So I think the most interesting thing about the Direct was how they presented it and how they announced it. Is anyone familiar with this?
Well, the cryptic pictures and the burning Chibi Robo and
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And
Well, there was that, but it was the dropping from like Amazon and stuff of like they just dropped a whole bunch of nameless titles on their store, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, there's going to be a Direct coming soon."
Well, no. The original announcement was EA leaked it for their game Faye.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
They leaked
yeah.
it maybe a month back, saying that the timeline, kind of like how Mario and Rabbids was leaked in like their timeline and all their marketing terms.
Yeah.
That document was leaked, and they said that Faye would get some press in a Nintendo Direct in January.
Yeah.
So we all knew this was coming, and Nintendo usually has a Direct in every January, and it's usually really big and a lot of game announcements.
Yeah.
But Nintendo's lips were sealed.
Until the day of, pretty much.
Well, yeah, usually they announce their Directs a couple days in advance at least to like make some hype. But I think the hype this time was so big that Nintendo was like, guys, I think they have to do a shadow drop just to kind of like control everyone's expectations.
the Switch subreddit was like up in arms for days about
Oh,
it.
yeah.
They were,
Right?
they were just chomping at the bit for something, and if there hadn't been anything, there would have been like a revolt.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. Like
I woke up
people
every-
were livid that like it hadn't dropped yet.
I woke up every morning just waiting, like, we have nothing. People people on YouTube are doing like prediction videos with no official announcement from Nintendo.
But this is the thing. This is why I don't understand this, because like there was no true announcement from Nintendo. We all knew it was coming, but like, how do you get pissed off at something that wasn't announced? You know what I mean?
Fanboys.
Is it fucking ridiculous? Like the state of the internet right now is insane.
I think the whole thing was deliberate. I think leaks are now officially just a part of marketing.
Yeah.
And building hype and seeding little bits of information. Like
Yeah.
when you hear like, oh, EA accidentally did this or Amazon accidentally did that. It's never a fucking accident. I
Yeah.
just don't believe it anymore that these massive companies have these like massive website gaffes all the fucking time now.
I disagree. I think the Mario and Rabbids leak, David Soliani, the creator, he went to talk about it, and he was saying how hurt people were at the office when it got leaked and how much it affected them in development. I can't see him lying about that.
I could see anybody lying about anything for the
I
purpose
don't know.
of
People lies
For that
literally
bottom
all
line.
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but David Soliani's like such a passionate, like he cried at the Miyamoto when Miyamoto called him out. I don't know. I find that.
So
like,
he can cry on command is what you're telling me.
Yes.
I don't know. I find it a little negative to think that.
Sad cry too.
Acting.
No, but I do like. It's possible that it's part of marketing, but maybe not all the time.
I think his reaction might have been that when it got leaked, people were mad. They thought this game was going to suck. Like, fuck the Rabbids,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And it was pretty negative, and then in the end, they, made everybody look like shit because it was actually a really good game.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. But anyway, so like when it comes down to the content for the Direct, how do you guys feel about that? Like,
I liked it.
Yeah?
I think it was exactly what Nintendo needed. They dropped a couple of surprises.
Yeah.
Dark Soul. Well, I don't want to jump the gun here, but Dark Souls was huge, obviously.
Yeah.
That was the biggest announcement from that whole Direct, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they positioned it as a mini, so that set everyone's expectations. And
Yeah.
when you call it a mini, you could you don't have to give that much, and people will still be happy.
It would be cool if they did this like once a month with like mini Directs.
Well,
you know what I
they
mean?
kinda, like that. How many directs do we get a year? Like 6?
Yeah, okay. So call it like once every 2 months?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Let's go through this direct.
Okay.
Let's start off with The World Ends With You.
Oh, I am so excited that they're bringing that back.
I don't know much about this game. I just know a lot of people rave about it.
I looked into it. I know what it is.
It's like a rhythm game.
That's the thing. I've never actually played it, but everybody that I trust with video games that has played it has said it's amazing. So I'm excited to actually finally get to it.
Yeah, this usually hits up like the top 25 list for DS games.
Yeah.
It's always on everyone's list.
Yeah.
It's made by Square Enix.
Yep.
It's it's like an action-based role-playing game it's like a very unique turn-based style game.
It kind of reminded me of Chain of Memories, like visually. You know what I mean? Like in that.
Totally.
Yeah, so I think it came from that style, but they took away the card aspect and brought in just straight up action.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what that type of game needs.
Yeah. I think
In
I'm
my
gonna give it a try. I remember I downloaded it when I had like that emulation cart for my DS.
Yeah,
and I tried it,
the
but
R4.
the R4. I tried it, and I'm like, I want to play Mario. So I didn't give it a chance back then, but I'm down to.
Yeah, same thing. I'm more curious to see how they're going to implement this for the Switch, because they mentioned on the Direct that it will have touch controls in portable mode, but also controls for the Joy-Cons and Pro Controller when it's docked,
which is new.
Yeah. So they're adding an element to the game that is going to make it viable in both play modes for the Switch. Mm-hmm. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to implement that.
It's interesting that they didn't map it to buttons, but now it's touch control, or now you're forced to use pointers. I think it was pointer controls when it's docked on TV.
Okay, got you.
So we'll see how that we'll see how that
how it ports over. Yeah.
Worth a look. Yeah.
Yeah, and that date is 2018, so we really don't have it's any time in 2018.
It's probably going to come soon. I have a feeling it's going to be in the next few months. Yeah.
Well, it would have said that because most of these games that are coming out is Q1, and The World Ends With You is the only one that got a very broad 2018 date.
Yeah, but the game's already done. Like, you know what I mean? It's just a port at this point. If they announce it, I have a feeling it's coming before June.
Yeah. After that, we got a new Pokemon in Pokken Tournament. Mm-hmm. Anyone care?
Yeah, Aegislash. Or Aegislash.
And Blastoise.
What?
And Blastoise.
And Blastoise, which is coming later on. They didn't show much about Blastoise. They really only showed Aegislash.
Blastoise is coming out March 23rd, and Aegislash is coming out January 31st.
It's making me want to actually buy this game. I feel like I need to give it a shot. I'm just worried that like every time I buy a fighting game outside of Smash Brothers, I get super excited for it, and then I realize that I'm really bad at fighting games, and it just completely discourages me from getting farther into it.
Okay.
Yeah, I have the same thing too. Like, there's more games I want to play, and I just don't have the time to like get good at one specific game and keep playing that all the time. And like with fighting games especially, like there's a very significant learning curve to actually be halfway decent.
Yeah.
Like that's what got me to stop playing ARMS. Like it just, for me to play above difficulty like 2, I was just getting mangled, and it's just like I wanted to start playing other things.
That's the whole reason I never bought ARMS, is because I had a feeling that was going to happen. It's the exact same thing. I'm not good at fighting games. I need to realize I'm not good at fighting games. I'm not going to put the time in to learn them, and that's just the way that it is. So I'm debating right now just because it's Pokemon and I love Pokemon, but chances are it's going to be a no.
Okay.
I'm still
It's nice, but for like a $90 list price game, and all of like each character is like another, what was
15.
it? $15?
Yeah.
Come on.
Like this game is mad expensive.
It comes with one playable character and 2 assist characters.
Yeah, we got like Mew and Celebi.
But is so because you played it on the Wii U, right, RZ? Like you,
I've never played the Pokken Tournament.
Oh no!
Oh, I got the demo, so yeah, I played it a little bit on Switch.
I thought you played it.
No, that was like Bola and Rick were playing it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Rick does have it. Yeah, you're right. Our friend Rick. Yeah.
I thought you were a fan. I guess I was wrong.
No. I was curious about the game, but it is a luxury price game.
Yeah.
And for a fighting game, that's just too much money for me to risk for something that I may or may not like.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm just surprised that they're actually still supporting this port. Like usually,
it's impressive.
Nintendo released like Mario Kart 8 and like nothing.
I'm not that surprised. It's been getting a lot of exposure over the past year, let's say.
Yeah.
It was one of the front runners for the fan voted game to be featured in EVO, which, if you guys don't know what it is the biggest video game fighting tournament in the world right now. When it comes down to fighting games, EVO is your mainstay when it comes to like an actual tournament. Yeah. It has everything that's big: your Street Fighters, your SNK games, your Smash Brothers, all that shit's a part of it. So it's always going to be there. And the fact that Pokken Tournament almost made it in, I think they're pushing now so that it will make it in
that's
this
a good
year.
point. I see.
Yeah. Get exposure, right?
Yeah. I think Pokken had a really good release window, September.
Yeah.
And I think it's on its second life. It's selling really, really well.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people love it.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
The next announcement was Kirby. We got a release date, which is March 16th.
Oh, I'm so excited.
That game started to look really good. There was one level where like they had these really nice lighting effects, and Kirby's not really known for lighting effects.
Yeah.
But you know that game Journey when you're sliding down one area?
Yeah.
And it's like this really beautiful cinematic moment with like, the sunset coming in. It kind of had like a similar moment to that game.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from.
It looked kind of cute.
It looks gorgeous right now, considering everything. As far as I can tell, I mean, it's obviously very cartoony, but it is Kirby, so that's to be expected, right? But it's just everything I've seen from this game. With every video, I'm getting more and more excited. And mind you, I am biased. There is no question about that. I love the Kirby franchise. Like, I am in love with it. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Or one of my favorites, I should say. So this game already looks like it's mixing in aspects of like Kirby Superstar with the multiplayer aspect that is, power based instead of what they did with the Wii one.
Correct.
Right, which is amazing. They're having little like tips of the hat to like Kirby's Dream Land 3 with that painting power.
Yeah.
That was a boss in Kirby's Dream Land 3.
And 64 Crystal Shards.
Yeah. But it was first in, you know what I'm saying? So just from that sense. But yeah, that's the thing. So I'm happy they're bringing that back. It has pieces of 64 in it with the mixing of powers.
The multiplier powers. The problem with that is you have to rely on having a second player to use your multiplier.
I have a feeling there's going to be an AI.
I hope so, because I love the combinations of the two. But if you have to rely on player 2 to activate those combinations, and
that would be very weird.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
It all depends on the controls. That's the thing. We don't know much about how the game actually plays.
It probably plays like every other Kirby because it looks like every other Kirby.
But I mean, yes, in that sense, at its core, yes. But I'm saying, like, how are they going to be able to mix the powers, right? How are you going to be able to create your friends to play with you AI-wise? Mm-hmm. Are you going to be able to have 4 while playing by yourself, or is it only just going to be you and one AI?
How do you activate the friend train?
Yeah, exactly. No, that's actually it, though. Like, that's the thing. We don't really know much, even though they've had, like, 3 release trailers for this game. So, especially now that it's coming out in March, I'm excited. Yeah.
And they kind of, Kirby needs kind of like a killer app, I think, because the last Kirby game, the one for the Wii U, was the fucking drizzling shits, in my opinion.
Which one?
The Rainbow Canvas one.
Oh, I like those series.
I bought it for my wife, and she just, like, it was just too
experimental,
too gimmicky. Yeah, like they need just a real straight up good Kirby game.
Yeah, a core Kirby game for sure.
Yeah, I played Robobot, Planet Robobot.
Oh, that game is so good.
And I felt like the hook of that game was so cool and unique, and I feel like they're taking a step back in this game, and they're relying on more of like stuff from the past.
Yeah.
Whereas Robobot was new and fresh, it had like a mech suit. So yeah, that's how I feel.
Well, this is the thing and just to kind of finish that point, Robobot was amazing. It just felt too much like Kirby Triple Deluxe or whatever it was.
This game will also, because I feel like it's the same engine as Triple Deluxe.
You never know, right? I mean, that game has its own atmosphere, its own character to it. With in regards to like Kirby as a general franchise, I think they're actually pushing more towards the feel of Kirby 64 with this.
Good. Good.
Exactly. I'm excited for because that was actually one of my favorites out of the bunch. Yeah. I love that game.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next game. So Nintendo's starting to revamp their franchises. You see that in Breath of the Wild. You see that in Odyssey. And now they're trying to do it with Mario Tennis.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Expect a focus on motion controls.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope
You
so.
think so?
Oh, guaranteed.
I hope so.
But it won't be necessary, though.
It's gonna like Mario Odyssey was already really pushing that agenda, and this seems like a game tailor-made for motion
It's
controls.
perfect for the Switch. You you take off two Joy-Cons, hand it next to each other. You can play tennis anywhere.
I expect to see.
I love it.
But how are you going to move and swing at the same time? Like when you're looking at games like Wii Sports, your character kind of just moved for you, and then you would swing and take the swing and whatever. With
And
this,
that's
you
why
need to
I think
move,
you're gonna need both hands.
which is insane in the sense that you are going to need to buy multiple $90 to $100 controllers to play this with people.
This is
couch
pure
co-op.
speculation. We don't know the
If it's
controls
that way,
game.
I'm saying, if it's that way,
Yeah.
it just seems a little odd. You know what I mean? I would be more.
Game Explain
inclined-
already did an analysis, and they the engine is off the Wii U game.
Oh
Yeah.
So
you-
it's
looks a lot better, though.
Yeah,
it's
running off that engine.
Yeah. I was going to say, I found something funny when I was watching the Direct that they mentioned how at the beginning of the trailer, they're going back to like the roots of Mario Tennis in the sense of like having a campaign mode and the story mode. And they're really pushing like, hey guys, like nostalgia, old school Mario Tennis, whatever. Yeah. And then at the end of the trailer, it's like, be expecting a whole new Mario Tennis. And it's like, what are you talking about? This is exactly like the old ones.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but it's nice. Right off the bat, you can see there's actually effort put into this, just based on they actually have costumes this time.
yeah.
They never had costumes, and I know it's not much, but because the last Mario Tennis was it lacked so much any modes. It had like one stadium, I think.
Yeah.
It was really bad. So I guess, yeah.
I want to see more from the hit sport Mario games. Like I'm happy Aces is coming. But I want to see another Mario Strikers now that this is...
Or Mario Golf, too.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they have so much they can do with this console in the sense of, like, those Mario sports games. I have a feeling they're going to use everything at their disposal. I hope, at least.
Especially including motion controls.
Except in Strikers, because if they do motion controls in Strikers, I'm going to fucking...
You'll have to attach your Wiimotes to your feet. It's gonna come with a special like rubber band attachment, so it like sits on top of your foot and wraps around underneath like the ball of your foot.
If that ever does happen, I can't wait for like one of those things to go flying off someone's foot and right into their TV.
Oh, most definitely.
Yes.
It's funny you bring up the Wii Tennis. I just got my nieces a Wii for Christmas.
Yeah.
Like an old school Wii.
Nice.
And they're re-experiencing Wii Sports for the first time. And it's so
Nice.
funny. It's like 2008 in that house. Like my brother, his wife.
Okay, is there something going around? Because my sister literally asked me for my Wii. Like, she's boring right now because the kids played it somewhere. I'm like, you sure they play the Wii? They're like, yeah, they're playing the system that's got the golf and tennis. I'm like, you sure you're talking about the Wii's? It's like, yeah, it has the controllers that have motion on them. It's like, the Wii. So the two, you're not narrowing this down.
Let me clarify this.
My brother went online and he tried to find like an HDMI converter for the Wii because it's so bad. It's like 480p on his 4K television. So it's funny that way. But no, I purchased it because I thought because they wanted to play Just Dance.
Yeah. Okay.
So it came with Wii Sports, and they don't really care that much about Just Dance. They just really like Wii Tennis and stuff like that. So it's
So what's a Wii going for these days?
I found the Wii Mini and it was $79.99.
There's a Wii Mini?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
an exclusive Canadian edition
yeah,
that has
because
no
this
internet.
console so big was needs a mini.
It didn't have any internet support.
Oh.
Because Canadians didn't have they're known for not having internet, and it was an exclusive
Well,
to Canada.
apparently.
Our English can't handle it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Up in Timmins, Ontario.
So
Well, yeah, we just got this antenna and we stuck it to a moose. Oh, there goes the Wi-Fi.
and moving on, we have Hyrule Warriors Deluxe.
This is what I think. You were into Hyrule Warriors.
Yes.
Right? So that's what I missed.
For a weekend.
Yeah, I was going
I
to
thought
say.
you were down with it.
I was for like maybe it was a
heavy.
little longer, for like a week. I was really into it, and it's amazing how quickly it went from I'm having a great time to fuck this game.
I seem to remember that actually. Yeah.
Like they were like the transition was just so smooth from one to the other that I didn't even notice. Like how quickly I went from really enjoying this game to like what the fuck am I doing this again for?
Yeah.
What was the storyline in that game?
It's just I think just Ganon opening portals, and there's these random like JRPG stock characters inserted into the game, but now are part of like Zelda canon. Like these unnecessarily chesty wizard characters.
Yeah.
There's a good one and a bad one, and then they turn out to be like the same person, or they were sisters or something. And it's just like a fucking like it just, I don't know. It like it's so grindy and repetitive, and the whole reason to play the game is you beat the game, grind equipment, get slightly better at the game, and just play the same stages over and fucking over again.
It's the same shit with every game in that franchise. What are they called? The Tenzo series or whatever?
Dynasty Warriors. I don't know what the proper, I forget what the proper term is.
Yeah, I think it's something along those lines. But like, it's the same shit over and over. The only one that got like slightly praised over the past little while was the Dragon Quest one. And that's because it added like proper RPG elements into it.
The Zelda one was reviewed very well for the people that like that kind of game.
And
fair enough.
Fire Emblem was good too. They implemented that rock paper scissors.
The
system?
axe sword whatever thing, spear, I think, or whatever it is. It's whatever. I'm not interested in anything in that franchise. I can't.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Something a little more interesting. Eve's 8.
Oh
Eve's
yeah.
8? Eve? I don't know.
Eves. I don't know much about this franchise. I do know it's been a very prominent JRPG franchise for a long time. If I'm not mistaken, either dating back to SNES or PS1.
It looks like a Dreamcast game.
Yeah, they've been exclusively on like PSP and Vita recently. So like it's your typical small time JRPG that's coming out on the JRPG consoles and blah blah blah. Whatever.
I think that's enough said.
Pretty much, yeah. It's an action RPG. Look into it. I don't really know
Expect
much.
Amnesia.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, like 8 different levels of it.
Okay, and now we have Luigi is finally in Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
As DLC called it.
Yeah, but free DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So it's not the way we'd expect it, where he has you could play Luigi and have his sloppy controls, which I totally would have loved.
Yeah.
But this comes in a new mode, Balloon Breakout.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's an interesting little quirky mode to add in. Like
So the whole mode is free, right?
The whole mode is free.
I'll fucks with that then.
Yeah, right.
That's all right. Yeah.
Anybody want to explain what it is? Like a hide and seek?
Well, so you either hide a balloon anywhere in a stage, and then the online community has 30 seconds to find, or the online community tries to find that balloon in a 30-second time slot to see, and there's actually leaderboards for who can make it the hardest to find. So you're either hiding the balloons or you're searching for the balloons, and it's just sort of more another community involvement mode, which I'm sure will be popular like in the streaming circuit.
I think that's exactly why they did it. They're trying to make their game more streamable, and they're like, guys, let's make this free DLC. Let's make this objective-based speedrunning.
Yeah.
And let's try and get this game.
It sounds fun.
The speedrunning community has been like insane with this game as it stands right now, and they've been begging for it. I mean, so with some of the people that I watch online, whether it be like Ryukar or like Grand Pooh Bear or whoever else is like actually, I know the names are ridiculous.
I know these people.
Yes. Anyways, some
friends of the channel.
Some of our they've been playing it consistently, love the game, talking about the speedrunning community within the game. So I think Nintendo realized this and said, okay, we need to do something that's speedrun oriented. It's something they even said in the trailer itself, saying like, oh, for a little bit of speedrun fun or whatever.
They said objective-based speedrunning.
Speedrunning, yeah, that's it. So that was like, I think it's a little tip of the hat to them.
This is a streaming mission. Like they're on a mission to get this game more streamable.
Yeah.
Kind of like Mario Maker and Zelda in a way.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Freeform you could like do any shrine anyway.
Yeah.
And there was like some cool like GIFs on Reddit of people doing some pretty insane stuff.
Yeah.
I just think that's probably the coolest thing about Odyssey in general is that how open form it is, that whatever your expectation for this game is, they're catering to it. Like for the longest time, speedrunning has been just this thing that exists outside of games or outside of their intention.
Of course.
And now I can't think of any other game that's become this approachable to speedrunning.
Yeah, absolutely. I know exactly where you're coming from.
Like other than, I don't know, like Mario Maker or something like that to actually build the stages yourself.
Yeah,
but even at that point, it's Mario Maker's more of a thing for like Let's Plays. Like people don't really push on the online community for like the world records.
Yeah.
It's very rare from what I've seen, but it's just the level making aspect that really took off with that game. But for speedrunning specifically, it's fan-made games like ROM hacks of Super Mario World or stuff like that. That's all we've seen up until this point. So for them to actually push and really use it as the base or the foundation for the framework, that's huge.
And even having effectively like a speedrunning training mode like built into the game.
Yeah.
Like that's I think that's like really impressive.
It is. I completely agree.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a Super Mario Maker 2 or Mario Maker 2 very soon.
I really hope so, and I want Super Mario 2 to be a part of that. That would be amazing.
Oh, I think Mario Maker 2 will have not just 2, but Game Boy, and it'll have new art style, a brand new art style maybe. I think they have to, because then it'll just be a port.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want another port. I don't want a Mario Maker 3DS situation.
I think it would have come out already. I have a feeling 2's in the works.
Yeah, look, I'd be very happy about that. That or Zelda Maker. Please, Nintendo Zelda Maker.
Zelda Maker would be ridiculous.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Next song.
Next.
Speaking of Zelda, Donkey Kong.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
We got 2 Donkey Kong games. We have Mario and Rabbids got some new DLC.
Yep.
His character model looks off.
Does
It's
it?
like slim and weird looking.
I didn't look that closely at
Neither did
it.
I.
But yeah, new DLC in Mario and Rabbids, a pretty sweet ass trailer if you ask me.
Yeah. So I mean, it's cool to see Donkey Kong in there, and also
Donkey Kong.
called it Donkey Kong as a DLC character.
You did?
I think so. Well, I'm just gonna take credit
I'm
for
pretty
it.
sure we were talking about it just because of the first boss, right?
Okay.
And he was very
The
similar to
Rabbids.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was Rabbids Kong.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
True.
So my expectation is for there to be another character in this DLC. So we've already. I don't think we're gonna have DK Rabbit in there because he's already been shown as
Rabbit.
The
So
boss,
I'm wondering if we're
yeah.
gonna see like a Diddy Rabbit or something like that.
Oh, that'd be
Cute.
cool.
That would be so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Like
love
maybe
to see
like
that.
it'll be like. Or like the good Donkey Rabbit, which is gonna end up being like more like Diddy or something like that.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'd enjoy that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then a brand new game.
Okay, honestly, this is
It's big news, though.
honestly, I mastered this game, so I really don't care. But this is the best 2D platformer ever made, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's up there.
Oh no,
It
no,
is
no,
up
no.
there.
It's on the top.
Fire up your port machines, boys!
Yeah.
It's time for Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
And now I know you could probably play it, RZ, because now they have like a baby mode added to it, so you could probably enjoy
Beat
it.
Super Meat Boy, and we'll talk.
I beat Super Meat Boy.
Sure you did.
I got so excited with the announcement of Funky Kong, and then it all just got taken away. As
know.
soon as they showed the gameplay, I'm like, "Are you kidding?"
What was wrong with it?
Well, just the fact that it's baby mode.
Yeah,
Like, I
they
wanted
made
to play
it so
as
that
him.
it's a baby mode.
Oh.
Yeah, which is like, dude, even to the point where like he has a surfboard, so he can walk on the spikes. I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like,
Cranky Kong can bounce on spikes. So, like, I don't think it's gonna be baby mode. I think it's gonna be an easier mode because that game is
Assist mode.
really hard.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but
really,
it's-
really
So
hard.
something for
too hard,
younger
you might say.
players
yeah, this is
that
like
may
the
have
whole-
less than developed motor skills, or in other words,
Babies.
a baby mode.
Well, we'll
toddler
see.
mode at the best.
Yes.
So, have you guys played Tropical Freeze?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love that game to
It's
death.
really, it's ridiculously good.
It
but
is.
it caused a lot of arguments when I was playing with my wife.
Oh, co-op's hard.
Because we'd blame each other for dying when it was
Yeah.
always her fault. She'd still blame me.
It was it's I would never play it as co-op. Just
It's
'cause
tough.
You
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
I also love the storytelling in that game. How like in
Yeah.
the levels, so it'd be one world where you start off in a jungle and there's like these berries that you jump on, and then every level is like a different story element, and it tells the story of how like the berries are harvested, then they're sent to a factory, and then one stage is like a factory where they're processing it, and then the next stage is like they're turned into like Jello, and then you're bouncing off the Jello. So it's like this really cool way of telling a story just through the settings.
Huh.
And I thought that was really interesting.
I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tells
Great
you about
music.
the world by progressing through the world, I
Yeah.
guess.
And I've never seen a platformer do it that well, or even do it in general.
It's rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And retro, yeah, they're really good. I'd love to see another Donkey Kong game, but
I have a well.
You
this
can
is the thing.
expect
Are they
it, I'd say.
Are they working on Prime 4 or are they working on new Donkey
they're
Kong?
not working on Prime 4. We know that.
Okay, so maybe it
Oh,
is a new
dear.
Donkey Kong.
Then who's working on
I hope
Prime
so.
4?
We know it's a
EA.
Japanese development team.
Oh, it's not.
Oh,
it's not Team
boy.
Ninja, is it?
Oh boy!
Is this what was that game called?
Other M.
Other M2 in disguise.
If
Let's
that
do Other
happens-
M2, but
what?
let's call it
Not to
Prime
say
4.
anything, I would actually not be pissed off if it was
Lady.
I'm just saying the
I
bad
hate
part
when he called me that.
Yeah, the bad part was
Lady.
just the
the
story.
story. That's it.
Yeah.
It was the story and the dialogue that killed Other M. The gameplay was actually pretty good.
I agree.
Yeah. So I mean, with that in mind, I
So like
wouldn't
a
be
Team
pissed
Ninja game.
off. I still want Prime 4. I want Prime 4, and then I want Other M too.
Oh, okay. I see.
In that order, if they're gonna do that. I'm just saying. Anyway,
Payday 2.
next.
So the next game is the game that started this whole hype for this direct, and that is EA's game Faye. Let's ignore EA's like controversial politics and everything. Let's
Why?
just talk about the game.
It actually does look pretty cool, but it looks like your standard
looks-
indie game.
It looks so good.
It does. It's just it's pulling from like your Ori and the Blind Forest.
No, I
or,
feel like
whatever from that,
we're having like a
aesthetic.
3D platformer renaissance. We got like
Yeah.
we got Faye, we got Odyssey, we got Hat in Time, we got
Yeah.
Ukulele, which is actually good now.
What do you mean it's actually good now?
The Ukulele pad, they
never was
patched it,
bad.
so it never was bad.
No, I played it from the start.
Well, I thought the
It never was
casino
bad.
level sucked. That's what everybody complained about.
Yeah, people just bitch, man. They
Maybe I'll jump on that then.
ukulele. It's fine. Like I mean, like I wouldn't compare it to Odyssey. I wouldn't even compare it to A Hat in Time, which I haven't played. But like the
Yeah.
thing about ukulele is that it's basically Banjo-Kazooie made for next gen platforms. And if you go into it expecting that, if you play Banjo-Kazooie, then it's what you'll get.
Okay, that's good then, because that's
Yeah.
exactly what it was. I don't.
It's
understand
nothing
how people-
groundbreaking at all.
This is the thing. I don't know how people were thinking that this wasn't going to be an extension of Banjo Kazooie. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like it's just.
I think
That's
people just
odd.
like, once the nostalgia, like you can't separate nostalgia from it, and these games just can't compete to the joy of playing the exact same game when you were a child. Often.
Yeah. No, of
course
It's
not.
very difficult, other than like Breath of the Wild, to like recreate a feeling.
Well, yeah,
like
when
that,
you
like
make
that,
like
yeah.
a milestone game, then sure. But I wasn't expecting Ukulele to top the charts. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Anyways, back to Faye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think another 3D platformer is
I
good in my
feel
books.
like Faye came across to me as like the Coors banquet of games. Here's a big developer, a big company that's saying all these little craft indie games are taking away our market share,
Yeah.
so let's just make what they're making. And I feel like that's the end result of this game. Is it looks artsy. It's an artsy 3D platformer, which is
Yeah.
really popular with the cool kids, and that's just what they're trying to make. Which I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing, but
No, I completely agree. It's funny when I first because I had no idea about Faye being announced by EA before the direct. I had no clue.
Oh yeah,
so
this
when
game was at E3 last year and everything. It's been announced many times.
fair enough. I honestly had no idea. So when I saw it, I'm like, oh, this game actually looks pretty cool. And I started
awesome.
getting intrigued. And then all of a sudden I saw EA and I was just like, oh, crap.
Well, the studio behind it has made some pretty good games.
Do you know which ones?
I don't off the top of my
Okay,
head.
well, fair enough.
It's all hearsay then.
I think
I
looking forward to it.
I am just being incredibly cautious with this title right now, just because I know who's developing it, or at least publishing, whatever it is, right?
Well, it's coming out February 16th, so it's coming out pretty soon. So we'll know.
We'll know pretty soon then.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
Wait for the reviews.
yeah. Another game that was announced with Faye was Celeste.
Celeste? Oh, Celeste. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like looks like a 2D
Yeah.
platformer.
You know what? It reminds me of Towerfall Ascension with its.
Reminds me of a game that you would like, Paulie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember? Okay. Do you remember when I regrettably got the Ouya and you came over to my place and we played that one game that was really fun?
You got the Ouya.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He also
Day
got-
one.
ooh yeah.
He also
Oh,
got
yeah.
he also got Mighty Number 9.
Hey, I've backed other
That
games
shirt
that
was
have worked
awesome,
out. Huh?
That shirt was awesome.
Hey, that's the only good thing that came out of that thing.
So ironic.
I know. Anyways, you remember that game that we played? We played it for like hours.
It was
and
like that
just
Smash
the-
Brothers game, 2D Smash game.
Yeah, it was just that game where we had arrows and we had to shoot each other and jump around and we had a lot of fun with it.
That was a fun game.
That's what this game Celeste is reminding me of.
Nice.
Yeah, Towerfall Ascension. It was an Ouya exclusive and then got big on literally every other console afterwards.
An Ouya exclusive.
It was. Honestly, it was. And then it just
My God, what have we done?
yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I want to see where this goes. It reminds me of that or like Mutant Muds or something along those lines. Like a very, very
Yeah.
simplistic indie platformer.
Yeah.
Could be very rudimentary, but also good.
Yeah.
Who made
the
the
fact that
Ouya
it's like-
again?
Oh yeah.
Ouya.
It wasn't like, I thought it was like a fucking Panasonic or some shit.
Who doesn't want to play
No,
Android
no,
quality
no.
games on their TV? Like,
That was
come
the
on.
whole thing with Ouya. It's like these people had never run a business before.
Oh,
so
really?
that's why it
just
failed
came
so
out of-
hard.
okay.
Yeah.
When they sent out the Ouya, it came with a card that said "Thank you for believing" on it.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
consider that.
pathetic.
Yeah.
Thank you for believing in small suckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So now here's a game that I'm not sure if I'm excited for. Maybe I am. I think I am. Maybe
Payday
not.
2?
No. Dark Souls.
The big announcement for this.
Big.
Come down there, Tina.
I don't know.
Easy, breathe.
I don't know.
So
I
this
don't know if I like this.
So Demon Souls came out first,
It did.
Yes.
and then Dark Souls came out second.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Dark Souls 2,
Yeah.
Dark Souls 3,
Yeah.
and then Bloodborne.
No, Bloodborne came out before 3.
It
Yeah.
did,
So
but that's a
Bloodborne-
Sony exclusive
And
that
it's-
is like not a part of that world, but is for some reason.
But they're all like the same style of games.
Same
right?
style of
Yes.
Well, Bloodborne's a little different, but it's the same principle.
Okay.
Yeah.
at its core.
Yeah.
And so now they are remaking or remastering Dark Souls number 1.
Yes.
Yes, and with that, bringing it to the Switch as well as all other consoles.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Is this the best Dark Souls game?
no, not even close.
Not
3, I've heard, was the best out of the bunch.
3 is one of my favorite games of all time.
Ooh.
I completely I beat it completely. I got the best ending.
Nice.
Dark Souls 1 I actually played like years ago, and I had a lot of trouble with it because it is hard. That's the point, right?
Yeah.
Is 3 not hard?
Oh, it's very hard.
Okay.
But 3 is a lot more polished because you consider that like 1 came out on, I think it was PS3 and Xbox
Yep.
and whatnot, Xbox 360. So there's less polish. It's more.
It was just like a third-party game. It was
clunky.
like it wasn't like
Yeah.
the phenomenon Dark Souls is now.
Yeah.
Like and it didn't have the money that comes with that.
But what 1 has more that is that is better than 3 is the way that the world is interconnected. It's the main thing is you're going through, you're opening doors to new parts of the world, but everything connects back to itself. So the world is really just one big enormous place for you to go, and you got to find shortcuts. And when you find a shortcut, when you realize, oh, I was here before, the feeling is incredible.
Oh.
And so they do that. Number 1 does that a lot better than 3 did. 3 was a lot more linear, whereas 1 is more open.
Okay. Now, do you think the polish from 3 will be carried over into this remaster?
It's not possible. It's not like they're rebuilding it from the ground up. They're
Okay.
remastering. I'm sure they're going to tinker with it a little bit to make it a bit better. But no, 3, in terms of polish, is going to be much better. Still.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Was that the last game on the?
That was the
Yeah, that
last
was the
game.
big
Are
finale.
you guys gonna
Yeah.
play Dark Souls?
I this is the thing. I have it on PS1 or PS3. I've one on PS3. Blast.
So you played it.
Huh?
So you play. You have it. You own it, you
I've played
it.
a little bit of it. I haven't played much. I played more Demon Souls than I did any of the Dark Souls games. Demon Souls, I oddly enough imported from I think China before it got announced for here because there was no sign of it coming over, and I had heard amazing things about it.
I thought China. You're not like. There's no games in China.
No, Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, there
yeah,
is?
because I guess it's that like one separate thing of that they were under British rule and blah blah whatever. So rules are a little different there.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, with that in mind, I am excited for it. I just don't know how it's going to perform on the Switch. If I am going to play the remaster, I do want to play it, let's say, on PC or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it would be a lot better.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot prettier too.
It is. It is. I'm excited that it's coming to the Switch. It's a whole, discussion we had about Bethesda making Doom and Wolfenstein 2. I'm happy it's coming. Nintendo needs games like this.
Yeah, it was their big announcement of this direct. It was
Yeah.
they held it off for the end,
Yeah.
and I wish this direct had one more thing, which they decided to announce the next day, which was Detective Pikachu.
Oh, yeah.
You should have put that in the direct. It would have made it so much better.
It would have. It would have. Sorry to interrupt, but we're going to have to make it quick. We're going way over time now.
What are we at?
We're closer to like, the...
Minute, hour 10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Mark.
I think we still have enough time to talk about Detective Pikachu.
Do we?
Yeah. Do you guys care about it or no?
I care about the amiibo. That's pretty much it.
It's a big
Amiibo's cute.
amiibo.
It
Dude,
is.
it's double the size. Yeah.
It's like the size of this pineapple.
Pineapple for scale.
Yeah, so the movie's coming out next year. We finally got a game announcement. It's been translated into English.
Yeah.
That's complete with episode 1 and 2 from Japan.
Nice.
Ryan Reynolds is not voicing the game, unfortunately.
Is Frank Reynolds voicing the game?
He is not either.
So when's the game come out? Did they announce
It
the
comes
date?
out March 23rd.
That's pretty soon.
And what is it? I think it's like a point and click adventure, kind of like It reminds you of like a Monkey Island game.
Oh,
with
so yeah,
Pokemon.
if it is with that, then I mean that would be cool. I almost feel like I'd rather watch the movie than play the game.
Yeah.
I heard really good things about the game though.
Really?
Because it came out in Japan already, so it's been reviewed.
Okay,
And
fair
the trailer
enough.
looks like so well animated and like
It's going to come down to reviews again for me, I think. Like, if people are really digging it, if the critics like it, I'll probably pick it up.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, fair enough. I agree with that. I'm going to see how it runs and then make my mind up from there.
And it's just on the DS, right?
It's just on the 3DS, yeah. And it's only playable in 2D if that matters to anybody.
It does.
Yeah. Excellent. Are you a pro 3D or?
Well, my wife wanted a 2DS XL for Christmas, so I got her that. I've seen the 3D. It doesn't really do much for me.
Okay.
Like, I think it's kind of meaningless.
Yeah, I think Nintendo heard everyone's opinion, and now
Yeah.
like they don't even make games in 3D anymore.
So, I mean, there's just, it's just kind of a gimmick.
Yeah.
You know?
I hear you.
I agree. It's okay.
Okay, cool. Well, Trickster, thank you for coming on.
Thank you, guys.
Always a pleasure.
No
Paulie, thanks for coming on. You too, RZ.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Shirk.
Rusty, thank you for being you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And I guess you could find us at a couple places.
Yeah. Obviously, YouTube, if you're watching us on video. If you want to, listen to us on the go, we have the audio side that's on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, and Podbay.
That is true.
Yeah, we have an Instagram account, so if you guys want to see what we're doing on, a every month basis, because we haven't been updating it that much.
Yeah.
You were for a
Yeah.
while, like, a lot.
Yeah, and then, I don't know, it fell off a little
Life
bit.
happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But if you do want to see us, we're on there as Game and Watch It, the word and. And if you want to find us on Facebook, give us some criticism, hook up with us in any, shape or form, hit us up on there. We'll be there.
Sweet.
Cool.
And scene. Funny thing is, I was gonna pick it up anyways. You didn't give it to me.
Cute.